Hello everybody, we're 7 games unbeaten and today we hope to have our first bit of silverware in the cabinet. Welcome to Making Chelsea Stand Proud. Hello and welcome to episode 13 of Making Chelsea Stand Proud. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you 2 games. First of all, Benfica in the Champions League, last 16 first leg, and that's followed by the Carabao Cup final against Brentford. Yes, Brentford of all teams. Just one footnote is when you see this, the full game may be out. It's release day, 8th of November, and it may be released. It may be pending release. It may have been ready to upload, and we're all waiting for it to update and all the rest of it. One thing to remember is leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. That will keep you up to date with all that's going on this channel. As we finish up with the beta save and then obviously go on to our full save, you'll be able to catch it all on this channel by subscribing. But also, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I am going to do a video about how to change your kits inside Football Manager. As I've explained, we don't do any modding before the beta version is finished because obviously we don't want to mess anything up, and obviously the whole idea of the beta version is to find if there are any bugs and things like that. So we will be doing it once the full version is out later today, and then we'll be doing a video probably out by the end of the week, which will be a tutorial how to put kits into Football Manager, 1, and 2, if you've got a team that you want to do something with their kits for, and you want to make your own kits. I mean, one thing that we did with the Tottenham save last year was to change the kits every season. If you want to do something like that, I will show you how to use a bit of software called Kit Basher and how to get it and all the rest of it. So watch out for that video. I'll explain and tell you when I'm going to release that a little bit later in the week. Meanwhile, since you were last with us, we have played a number of games. You were with us, I think, for the we had a triple in the last episode. The 2 Carabao Cup semi-final games, sandwiched between them was the Blackburn FA Cup 4th round. The 5th round, as you know, we drew Southampton. That will be in our next episode. Southampton Wolves in our next episode, and then we'll be having Benfica and Nottingham Forest, I think it is, in the episode after that, and we'll see how things progress. That's assuming that the FA Cup doesn't play out another round of the FA Cup somewhere around here as well, but we'll see. Yeah, since you were last with us, we've played Aston Villa, beat them 2-0, goals from Barbosa and Kovacic. Tottenham, we have played and beat 2-0. That was a resounding win, especially at their place. Callum Hudson-Odoi after 34 minutes, Mason Mount after 47 gave us that win, a comprehensive win. This one, a complete topsy-turvy game. A 3-3 draw against Manchester United means 2 draws against them this season. Dropping points there, the only points that we've dropped since that loss to Southampton in the Premier Division. 2 goals from corners from Fofana and Raheem Sterling after 83 minutes. But as I say, it was a real topsy-turvy game. As you will see, Fofana taking the lead. Anthony taking the lead for Manchester United after 3 minutes, just 3 minutes on the clock. It was a bit of a mess up, really, in defence from a corner. He didn't score from the corner, but the ball bounced out and Anthony was lurking. Fofana getting us back equal after 27 minutes, but Bernardo Fernandes making it 2-1 just 2 minutes later on 29 minutes. He had one disallowed on 35 minutes, but managed to get another one with a Anthony assist on 43 minutes just before half-time. So we went in at half-time 3-1 down. Give him a bit of a pasting at half-time. Mason Mount missing a penalty. Not really reasonably unusual for him to miss penalties on 52 minutes. But Fofana getting another headed corner after 56 made it 3-2. And the Raheem Sterling getting up after 83 minutes to score the equaliser. We just could not. Doesn't matter how much we tried, and you'll see we did try 32 shots, 15 of which were on target. Absolutely bombarded them. 4.59. Should really have scored about 5 goals. 55% of the possession. So we really did trounce Manchester United. 2 things to say. Kepa, who has actually played brilliantly in goal, had an absolute howler. 5.9 he scored, but at the same point, De Gea had an outstanding game in the Manchester United goal. He had a 9.1 and was man of the match. So as you will see, that was effectively what happened. Is Kepa had a poor day. De Gea had a fantastic day, but as you'll see on the XG as well, really after half time, they didn't look in at all. Damage done in the first half, but we really should have romped home and took all the points in that one. So a little bit disappointing, but a draw is better than a loss, I guess, at this stage of the proceedings. And then we played West Ham at home, a 3-0 win. Kai Havertz after 34 minutes. Mason Mount getting back to scoring penalties after 61. And Conor Gallagher getting his first goal of the season after 63 minutes. That leaves us with today's games. Benfica is first up, the first leg of this round of 16. First leg. We are at home in the first leg. We need to get a decent cushion, I think, going into the away leg. And then that will be followed by Carabao Cup final on Sunday, the 26th. So they are the 2 games. Couple of other things just to mention. The transfer window did shut, and we basically didn't buy anybody purely because we only have £2,700 transfer budget, and we had absolutely nothing in the pot as far as wages. So even if we could have bought somebody, we wouldn't have been able to afford their wages. Nobody was for going out. There wasn't any people coming in to buy our players, so therefore we couldn't sell to buy, and it was a bit of a damp squib, to say the least. I'm sure that transfer budget was a bit higher than that, and it's come down for some reason or other. I think actually what's happened is we've actually had to pay out a couple of £1 million for players because of clauses in their contracts because of the number of games they've played, and I think that's what's brought the transfer budget back down. But as you'll see, hopefully we will get some transfer budget for the summer, and then we can do some rebuilding. The overall balance is not looking too good, though. It's slowly getting bigger by the week, losing £10 million last week. So something needs to happen fairly quickly. The other thing that is causing us a bit of a problem at the moment is the old injuries, albeit we do have a few of them come back. At the moment, we have 2 on the bench. Jorginho is out with a calf strain. He's been out for a wee while. In fact, do we know how long he's been out for? Doesn't say. But he's going to be out for another week or so, possibly 2 weeks. And Ben Chilwell, which was the biggest hit to us, he's got a fractured lower arm. He's been out for about 3 or 4 weeks already. We'll be out for another 4 weeks before we see him come back. And Edouard Mendy coming back from a tight groin. He only had a couple of days out, but which was just as well as Kepa had a bit of a howler in that game. So Mendy has restored himself to the position of our number 1 goalkeeper for the time being anyway. Kepa was doing a rather fantastic job until that poor match against Manchester United. Right, without any more to do, let's get on with the episode. Benfica are our opponents for this Champions League. A round of 16, first leg, and we are at home at Stamford Bridge for this one. And the team to face Benfica in this UEFA Champions League match is Mendy in goal, Cucurella, Koulibaly, Fofana and James in defence, Gallagher and Kante in midfield. Sterling, Mount and Hudson-Odoi are attacking a midfield with Havertz up front. On the bench, Kepa, Chalobah, Pulisic, Barbosa, Silva, Thiago Silva, Loftus-Cheek, Broja, Apliqueta, Kovacic, Aubameyang, Zakaria and Ziyech. Do apologise if you heard that. Might have to cut it out of the edit. Dear. Keep forgetting the Champions League music. I thought I'd switched it off, to be fair, but must check it. Will cause us problems at some point or other. We don't want to strike. And here come the teams here at Stamford Bridge. And we are underway. James with a throw into Hudson-Odoi. Back to James. James jiggling it around. Hudson-Odoi very loose with that ball and give it away, which isn't what we want. Havertz trying to get the ball off him. That's over the top. Koulibaly, Fofana, Kante heads it out to Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi looking for Havertz. It's a little bit too far forward, but Raheem Sterling's there. Heads it back into the area, but it's cleared up by the defence. And eventually the goalkeeper sends a long ball. Fofana underneath that one. Kante, Gallagher, Mount, Havertz. Nice ball. Run around him. Havertz coming deep. Hudson-Odoi's been felled in the area. And I don't know if the referee played on, but Raheem Sterling scoring the first goal. 2 minutes on the clock. Early doors. They'll come at us. But this ball nice. James crossing it in. Hudson-Odoi. And in fact, Austin Mendy put his leg out. And I would say was worth a yellow card. But just for the fact that he tripped Hudson-Odoi. That was it was that. Yeah, if it hadn't been that he played on, I think that was a definite penalty. To be fair, VAR didn't look at it, or if they did, it's no indication that they have. James fires one for Havertz, and Havertz misses. Let's hope that doesn't come back to haunt us. Cucurella on that far side. Mount back to Cucurella. Cucurella to, who was that? Koulibaly. And it's back to Mendy, who's outside his area. Fofana. Koulibaly over the top. Looking for Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi manages to get one. And not a Mendy. Really should be on a yellow card. Gallagher, Hudson-Odoi in space. Can he get round it? He can. 6th goal of the season for Hudson-Odoi. And he puts us 2 up after 15 minutes. And that's retribution for the previous one that he was felled in the area. Hudson-Odoi, plenty of space. Nice first ball. No defenders there. And commits the goalkeeper. And then just pumps it in off the side netting. A goal that we're seeing quite a bit here in FM23. Definitely onside. Being played onside by this defender here. I think he's got a mate called Humbug. He usually comes out at Christmas. Mount with a corner. Swings it in. And Wesley Fofana gets his 3rd goal from a corner in 2 games and a 3 up after 21 minutes. I said we would need a bit of a cushion, and we are building a bit of a cushion to take to Benfica. resounding first half so far. Long may it continue. Bar under that. And he's headed down into the path of Raheem Sterling. Havertz has a shot from distance, but never really troubling the goalkeeper. Fofana under that. Fofana's having a good game. I don't want to put the mockers on him, which you can do. You can get the FM gods to do things to you to pay you back. Raheem Sterling, Havertz. It was a matter of time for him to score. 19th goal of the season for Havertz. And to be fair, he's missed a couple of sitters, really. And it's about time that he put one away. If he missed this, I was seriously thinking about bringing him off at half-time. That lovely through ball from Raheem Sterling committed the goalkeeper. And he's found the corner of the net. 4-0 after 33 minutes. Fofana to Koulibaly, Hudson-Odoi, James, who was tackled, but he's managed to pick himself up. Hudson-Odoi into space, holds the ball up, crosses it into space. Mason Mount, his 18th goal of the season. It's 5-0. And we've just gone past the half-hour mark, and we are running away with this at the minute. I don't want to count my chickens because we've got a huge away leg to come. But to be honest, if we can... Oh, that took a deflection as well. Goalkeeper wrong-footed because of that. Has it gone down? It's gone down to Mason Mount, even though that he took a very fierce deflection. Unlucky for them. And still we come forward. Hudson-Odoi. We're not on attacking. No, we're on a positive mentality. I was thinking for a minute it was set on attacking, which isn't a problem because we seem to be doing the business. Mason Mount wins that ball in midfield. Gallagher, and he's put that one away as well. His second goal of the season. 6-0, 41 minutes gone. Is it going to stop before half-time? Or are we just going to continue to mount the goals? And Benfica, we've made them look extremely dodgy. And even Benfica, with the home leg still to come, I think they're going to find it extremely difficult. They have actually had 2 shots now, or 4 shots and 2 on target. Half-time is about to approach us and has arrived. 6-0 at half-time. We've had 21 shots, 11 of which have been on target. 50% of those are turned into goals as well. 3.01 on the XG, 58% possession. Raheem Sterling, Hudson-Odoi, Fofana, Havertz, Mount and Gallagher all getting on the score sheet in that first half. And we probably should have had a penalty as well, but we did score a goal from what came after it. So I'm not too upset about that. But certainly a first half where we've actually blown Benfica away. Question is, A, can we hang on to that at least 6 goal lead into the second half? And also, is that going to be enough for when we go to Benfica? And Luis is on for Fernandes at the start of the second half for Benfica. Gallagher gets one forward, but it's defended well this time by Benfica. Long ball forward. Mendy's out of his area. What are you doing, man? And the question of whether he's offside or not, I think. And it's been awarded. A long ball. Rafa was onside. Mendy, what the heck was he doing? Right, let's have words. Mendy. I know he's a sweeper keeper, but I don't want him outside the area. Dear me. So that has cut our deficit. And the one thing we don't want to do is our deficit to be cut. Right, we're going to sort this out while we're at it because Luis is on. Show him on his weaker foot. Otamendi, never trigger a press. Right, we'll leave it at that for the moment and get on with the game. Sometimes you just get crossed by stupid things that are done. Rafa needs marking. Always press. And while we're at it, Rafa should be marked. And I should have done the changes while I was there. Extremely disappointing. Mason Mount is tired. I don't know why these jump out. Mason Mount has had a good game. And we are nearly 70 minutes in. I'm just tempted. Ruben Loftus-Cheek can come on in that attacking playmaker role. Are we going to do just the one change for the moment? I think we will. Well, hold on tight. We'll not panic at the moment when we've got the final of the Carabao Cup coming up, but I think we'll be able to got a few days gap. We'll be able to do whatever with that. And a number of changes they made now as they come forward. Kante trying to win the ball, which he does. Back to James. James comes forward. Certainly quieting down in this second half. Gallagher. And he's lost the ball. Oh, we hit the self-destruct button and Rafa is in. And they've got 2. That cuts our deficit to just 4 goals. And they did nothing in the first half. And we seem to have destructed in the second half. Right, we're going to berate the team now. I am tempted to take Mendy off, actually. He's not having too bad a game, but to be honest, that was more a defensive error, I think. Do we go defensive? Right. Let's change to this one. No, let's change to this one. Loftus-Cheek. Not really his best position, is it? Or he can play as a defensive midfielder. Maybe. Let's go that way. Right, Reece James is tired. He's going to come off for Azpilicueta, who's going to go out on that right-hand side. These are second round of changes, and we'll have to do lots of changes at the end of the next one if so we've gone into this defensive position now. 85 minutes gone. Cucurella with the corner. Loftus-Cheek, who's taken up Mason Mount's position. Loftus-Cheek from distance, and the goalkeeper had to deal with it. I think it was probably going in. Not a lot of power on it, but it was enough to put him off. Cucurella from the other side. He's going to swing this one in. Nobody there. It's out as far as Loftus-Cheek, who heads it forward. Hudson-Odoi is beaten to the ball, and Fofana tidies up. Right. Just legs, really, now. Chalobah can come on for Fofana. Cucurella. He's tired. Can anybody play out there? Equator can. Chalobah. Right, you're going to bring Thiago Silva on. Thiago Silva can come on for Chalobah. Azpilicueta and Chalobah can swap over. That's 4 of our 5 changes. And really we need to do 1 in midfield, I think. In order to... Do we take Conor Gallagher off? Or do we take Hudson-Odoi off? No, Kante. Kante can go off for Kovacic. Yep. So there are the rest of our changes. Keep the game intact. Good job we scored the 6 goals in the first half, really. Azpilicueta throws it in, but throws it into no area, really. And they come away with the ball again. Are they going to get another one back? And in which case, Qatar lead to 3 goals, which makes them able to deal with us in that second half. They'll be thinking this is 3-goal deficit is more doable than 6. Deal with him! Oh, for goodness sake! Oh. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We've gone to sleep. We're just... Rafa, look at how much... He's just run around. Nobody's... And whilst we thought at half-time this was all done and dusted, I'm not so sure now. I'm not so sure. I'm dismayed, basically. Rafa getting a hat-trick in that second half. And we just didn't seem to have the answer to him, really. Well, the question is that 3-goal cushion going to be enough for the second leg? That's the question. Aston Villa beating West Ham by 2-0. West Ham 10 points away from safety now at the bottom of the table. And it's not looking particularly good for them. It looks like they are going to face the drop to the Championship at this rate. We will now motor down to the Carabao Cup final against Brentford. Brentford, the team that we're going to play in this. We have played them once already this season, a home match where we beat them 2-0. 2 goals from Mason Mount, 1 from the penalty spot. But Brentford have recently been going quite well, I should say. Let's have a look at the division. If we go in here, Brentford currently are 13th in the table. They've won 2, drawn 2, and lost 1. They have been going reasonably well. Let's see if we can beat them at Wembley then in the final of the Carabao Cup. Before we look at the team that's going to face Brentford for the Carabao Cup final, just a couple of other things that have been happening in news. Ruben Loftus-Cheek has joined the list of injured. He's going to be out for 5 to 6 weeks. He's got a lower back stress fracture. Apparently, it's a reoccurring injury. So it's something that we've got a specialist to look at, and hopefully we'll cure him of that. He is transfer listed as well, I noticed. So it's possible that might be holding up his transfer away from us. In the Premier League, there has been a round of games. If we have a quick look, matches schedule. There we go. No, I didn't want to do that. Fixtures and results. That's what we want to do. We go back one. There has been a round of games happened over the weekend, bearing in mind that this final is on a Sunday. We did play our game early, so we were in front. But the games have gone in our favour. Manchester City losing for once against Arsenal, which means that they stay 8 points in front of us, which is good news. Liverpool, who were chasing us down and would have passed us with a win in that game in hand, have lost to Brighton by 2-1, which means that they stay 2 points behind us. And Manchester United, who also were close behind us, have also lost to Wolves, who we get to play on the next episode. And that means that they stay 3 points behind us, which good news is we are still in second place. Everybody is on equal games played now, apart from Crystal Palace down here, who've got played 25, but Leeds have played 27. but pretty much all 26 now, which means no games in hand. It is as you see it, which is extremely good news, I think. Anyway, right, we are going to have a look at this then. The Carabao Cup final. Did have a look just now, if I can do it again. Carabao Cup final. We looked at the history of this competition. History, here we go. Past winners, that's what we were looking at. Liverpool won it last year, beating us in the final. Last time we were in the final prior to that was 2018-2019, losing to Manchester City. Last won it in 2014-15 when we beat Tottenham of all teams. So that was the last time we won it. It's 2014-15, but losing finalists twice since then. Could today be the day that we actually go out and win it again? Let's see. And the team to face Brentford then at Wembley is Kepa. Is back in goal after Mendy's howler in the match against Benfica. Cucurella, Thiago Silva's back in the defence alongside Fofana, and then James out on the right. Gallagher continues having 2 man of the matches in the last 2 games. Kante alongside him. Pulisic, Mount and Sterling are attacking midfield. Barbosa is up front because Havertz is suspended, and on the bench then Mendy, Chalobah, Hudson-Odoi, Broja, Koulibaly, Ziyech, Abangamang, Azpilicueta and Kovacic. And the Carabao Cup graphics, and that's how we line up. Brentford line up with a defensive midfielder, a deep line defensive midfielder. So they're obviously going to try and thwart our attacking prowess. And Brentford to kick off this one. And they come forward. Ivan Toney is the player that we've got to really keep one eye on. Pinnock for Brentford. Kante winning that ball, and Sterling just a little bit slowed off the mark. The ball comes back to Brentford, and Brentford doing very well here at the moment and causing us all sorts of problems. James heads it back to Kepa, who falls on the ball. Thankfully, didn't go across the line. Looked a bit wayward at the for a minute. I thought we were in for a own goal inside the first 5 minutes, which was a bit of a worry. Bit of a nervous affair, as one would expect here in the auspices of Wembley. Throw in for Brentford. Having too much of the ball, and that's just gone wide. Managed to steer that on target. That could have caused us problems. Raheem Sterling will get there. He's tidied that up very nicely. Back for James. James to Kante. Kante runs with the ball and has a shot from distance. But always rising and going over the top, that one. Very cagey affair for Fofana and James, both picking up yellow cards. Mount with a corner then. Swings it in. James tries to get his head to it. Couldn't. Cucurella will go on a run. He's held up. Gallagher inside to Kante. Kante looking for Fofana. James still with the ball. Inside to Kante. Kante back out to James. James crosses it deep. And Pulisic has a shot. Raya scooping it up. And that's got to go down as a chance. And half time comes. And we've had 9 shots, 3 on target, 1 on the XG. They've had 2 shots, nothing on target. But they've had the bulk of the possession, something that we need to try and combat in the second half. I'm not quite sure how, but we do need, because they've had the possession, holding the ball away from us. So that's maybe what they're after doing. Let's go and see what we can do at halftime then. Back at Wembley, second half underway. No changes I'm aware of at half time. We've kept the same formation. I was tempted to match them up. I might do if things don't change. As we head to 65 minutes, nothing is really happening. They've had one shot. We've had shots, but not put anything on target. I am tempted to go. Do we go attacking or do they nick it? We have changed to our slightly more defensive second formation. I'm just wondering whether that's a bit more defensive. We can go attacking for a few minutes here, 10 minutes, just to see if we can get anything. And Brentford may tactically be a mistake. We will see. Sometimes you've got to be brave, take a chance to win things. And they're moving the ball around nicely. Whether that means we're going to snatch it back off them in a minute or whether they're going to get one back. No, Fofana tidies up. Thiago Silva. Gallagher gets one over the top for Raheem Sterling. He scored. Raheem Sterling with his 15th goal of the season and puts us in front after 68 minutes. And hit that on the volley over the top. Hit it on the volley. And it's a great goal. Great goal. Pinnock has come off for Janssen. So we're going to drop back down to positive. We are going to make some adjustments, I think. Because Barbosa is not having a good game up front, to be fair. I am tempted now to drop to this formation. Kante can play in that position. Mount comes back as the Carrillo. Right, we're going to take Barbosa off and bring on Bangamang. Let him have a run up front. Kante, he's not been having a fantastic game. Kovacic could come on for him. Did we take him off? Let's take him off. Kovacic can come on in that deep lying playmaker. He's really good in that position, so that's perfect for him, really. We'll leave it at that at the moment. That's just the changes we're going to make. Point a finger. Get out there and make a difference. Another long episode, I'm afraid. That was because of all the goals in our first game of the episode. And they have a free kick, which is always a bit of a worry. It's gone in. The referee's questioning it, though, whether it was offside. And Kepa is arguing with the defenders. They look like they're not happy that this is going to go. It stood, and it's 1-1. And we have to up the ante again. Mount back into Kovacic not in there. Put Mount in there again. Go attacking. Just thought we would switch it off, but obviously picked us back. It's going to go to extra time. And it's not good. Not good. We had that sorted. Still got us on possession, though. And we should really have won this by now. Let's have a look then, see what we've got. Point the finger. Need to show it in extra time. Come on. Poser not having a good game. Bangamang's not doing anything particularly special up front either. Right. Let's have a look. Need a change of legs. Hudson-Odoi on for Sterling. Cucurella's tired on that right side. Azpilicueta can come on for him. Mason Mount is also tired now. We'll perhaps bring Ziyech on for him. Do we leave Mason Mount on because of penalties? Possibly. I think we get one extra substitution as well. Pulisic. Ziyech. And finally, we'll do Reece James can come off for Chalobah. There we go. All done. Can't change anybody else. Conor Gallagher is going to have to stay on. And we are stuck with that. We've made all the changes. Oh, hang on a minute. Before we do that, though, we do need to point the finger, avoid getting sent off. That's the one thing we don't want to happen right now. Midfielders, point finger. You have the ability to make a difference. Go out and do it. Pump fists. Have the ability. Go out and do it. We just need that bit of inspiration. And then hang on to it if we can. So change is made. And we are on our way. In extra time. Is this going to go to penalties? It feels like it. Applicator and Chalobah both picking up yellow cards now. Ziyech with a long ball. It's over the top though. And a goal kick ensues. Half time comes. And we're still behind on possession. Lots of shots. Not on target, though. And that's going to be our downfall, one thinks. Bangamang not doing that fantastic job up front. And we'll start the second half. As we get underway, they've got fresh legs on. But we have a free kick on that far side. Ziyech with the free kick. Swings it in. Fofana! 7th goal of the season. And he scored from a dead ball situation. Or 111 minutes on the clock. 112 minutes to be precise. 8 minutes left of regular time. Can we see it out this time? That is the question. We've ridden our luck a little bit. A throw in, and it's they've beaten us once before. Chalobah comes away with the ball. Bangamang brings it down. Hudson-Odoi. We're on the break. I don't know who that was with him, but it was Hudson-Odoi. He's got the ball back into the area. Mason Mount missed the target. That would have finished it off. 1 minute of injury time at the end of the game. Are we going to lift the trophy? Raya, he's taking his time. He's only using up his own time. That ball out to Chalobah. Chalobah comes forward and loses the ball to Weiser. And we're going to have to be careful here. De Silva, but it's cut out by Gallagher, who's in the right place. Fofana looks for Ziyech, but couldn't find him. And it's all over. We have won. And we get the first trophy lift of this series. And, well, there was times when I wasn't sure whether we were going to make that or not. And we have actually managed to lift the trophy. Yay! There we go. Looks a bit plastic, the trophy, to be fair. And Carabao Cup win. And there is the obligatory cartwheel. So, our first bit of silverware in the series. And congratulations, lads. Performances I'm happy with out there. We'll do that. A quick roundup of the guys on a green. Reece James, Shalabar, Hudson-Odoi, all playing really good game when they came on. Thought you did well. And Wesley Fofana, he had a great game. He scored the winning goal. Very well done. And that is that for this particular episode. A good win, but at times I was a bit worried that we weren't going to make it. It was a toughie against Brentford. It wasn't our usual breakout, sort of like absolutely bonkers scoreline, but 2-1 win in extra time in the Carabao Cup final extends our unbeaten run as well to 9 games now, I think, if I'm counting that right. 9 games unbeaten, so that's quite astounding as well. Right, we'll be coming back very, very quickly for the Southampton FA Cup 5th round match, and then Wolves, and then we'll be having Benfica and Nottingham Forest. David Moyes has taken up residency as manager at Nottingham Forest, by the way. That came up in news a little bit back as well. Apologies about the long episode, but I'm sure and hope that you've enjoyed it today. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That will keep you up to date with all future episodes of this and our new series when the full version is out at some point today. New episodes of Making Chelsea Stand Proud are currently released every weekday at 4:15 and will continue till the end of this week, Friday. And then we will see. I will update you probably at the back end of the week what's happening with the schedule for next week. And if you want to keep up to date what's happening on this channel and more, you need to follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideFM. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. And if you have Football Manager and you're waiting for the full version to come out, then all I can say is enjoy it when it arrives. Till next time, it's a very goodbye. Goodbye.